Hello guys and welcome to a brand new video. Today I'm here with To Be Hero X episode number 3 reaction. So the previous episode we continue with Nice's story and turns out that Moon is fine. Now nobody knows what the hell happened, what that vision was, that Nice got to see. So things go normally and we get to know Nice personally, not Nice, sorry, we get to know Moon personally instead of like the outside like perception of what everyone has of her. She is very different. She was like a vlogger and she became famous, and that is why she got power. She awakened these power of teleportation. Later on, after coming in contact with Nice, her teleportation power, people started shipping them, and her teleportation power became something that got twisted because people's perception. Her teleportation power could only take her to Nice, and she wants to break free of this whole contract. So they try to fake her death, kind of trying to make Nice's people's perception of Nice even higher, like with emotion and stuff. And they hire Rek, who was a good friend of Nice, and he immediately recognized that this is an imposter. So like in the end, they had a fight, and Nice defeated him and all that. Moon acted as if she died, and to the public, obviously, and she became free. And because Nice told everyone that let her be free, her power transformed into a normal teleportation thing, and she left everything. She left back the hero life, and she wants to now act as a, obviously, like do vlogging and stuff, things that she likes. She wants freedom. And in the end, she asks Nice, what do you want to do with your life? And Nice wants to become the top 10 hero. Right. And in the end, there was a section where that dude, I forgot his name, he went crazy and he came in contact with the enemy, like organization. And I guess we'll have to deal with him now. Let's see what happens. Let us begin. I'll be putting the subtitles and the timer here. Sync it to whichever is a preference, and let's get started. Okay, here's the countdown. Three, two, one. What is happening here? Okay. Whoa, what? Oh, okay. Right. Oh, what? Okay, that is a bit overkill, I feel like. What the hell is wrong with you? Like, right. I'm very curious to see what X's role in all is in all of this, because whenever the animation changes from 3D to 2D and vice versa, like in the previous episode I noticed there's a finger clicking noise. So he's definitely involved somehow in, like like I don't know what he's doing, but he has a big role in this. Like, I'm very curious to see what that is. Hmm. The ever standing hero. No, the swing is still there. Oh, right. Firm man, Mr. Stand. Right. Hmm. Okay. Wolfgang. Okay, why are they changing the names in the translation? What the hell is this? I absolutely hate this thing about localizations. They change the names for whatever the hell they want to. Like, what is this? So this is Mr. Stand? Or oh my god. Okay, what? Damn. So this person was just a fireman, and I guess seeing this people, yeah, believed in him, and their trust made him into the person he is. I see. There you go. Ah, right. He was on this. Poor reception. Oh, he's already here. Oh, he's just gonna bump into him, right? Yep. He's Mr. Stand, so he's just firmly standing. Just defeated a villain just by standing there, you know? Right. Whoa! That is crazy. So he's acting as a fulcrum. Look at him. Bro! That is insane. Wow. Hmm. Nice. Stand. This is the girl he saved. He cannot. Oh my god. No, she wanted to put it on him, but mm, number 10. That's why we have to surpass him. Oh, he's then this. Okay. Ooh, Mad Wolf. Okay. Oh, he cannot go in. Alright. That is crazy. So he cannot bend because of that? Because people. Oh my god. Yeah, people are trying to defeat Mad Wolf before Stand, Mr. Stand can, because, crazy. Hmm? She's not. What, brain? I was going to say brain. Oh, imagination. Okay. Ah, true. True, true, true. Especially in this world where trust is everything. Ah, fairy tale books. Right. Hmm. They open the book and they're like, "What the hell is this? This is not Stan, man. This is not him." Interesting. I can understand. So, because everything is based on trust, like if you can like twist that, you've done your job. Yeah. Okay, that was pretty smooth. Hello? Oh, he's stuck. Hmm. Right. Hmm. Oh. But maybe because they gave it after. Oh, he's back. Ah! Yeah. He's also here for that? Hmm. Damn. Hello? Are you stupid? What is wrong with you? Who are you? You know who you're fighting? Oh damn, it's pretty obvious. Uh, is she here or is she out? There's a book. Okay. Seminar. Oh, it's a trap. Oh no. They're planning on bringing down the whole damn thing. The statue and everything, right? Oh god. Yo, this is not good. Oh! Oh no, the thing is gonna fall. The statue. Oh my god. Ah! Yeah. Good god. Move, move, move. Someone come, come. Yeah. Oh my god! Hey! What the hell? Is that Mad Wolf? Oh no, this is not good. He's stuck over there. He cannot move. Yeah. Nobody's here, I guess. And they're, I guess, busy. Yeah. Where's Nice? He's still underground, right? Oh my God. Oh, there you go. Nice is here. What? Oh, she's the girl. Oh my God. That is crazy. She's the one who give the scarf. I, yeah, how everyone, like, he cannot even bend his face. Yeah. Hmm. Yeah, they'll say that, oh, he's bending down. That is not. Yeah. Oh my God. That is crazy. Like, I was literally talking about this in the previous episode, how the trust system has its advantage and a huge disadvantage, which is this, basically. Damn. Oh, his thing is breaking, yeah. 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 Oh my God. Nice. Oh God. Um, she's like, damn, people are giving donations. So like, yo, Trust value is increasing. Yep. So he's getting stronger and stronger. Yep. Yeah. There you go. Nice. Yep. Right. Yeah. Yeah. And he's been standing up until now, carrying that on his shoulder. And you know what? I'm going to talk about this later. I would have felt bad if it was someone other than Mr. Stan, because Mr. Stan's situation is quite unique. I'll talk about it later. So, oh, this is room in the. Yeah, this is what I was going to say. Like, it is because of his circumstances. I feel like he's happier now that he's not in top 10. Yeah. Imagine just standing there. So he couldn't sleep laying down? Like, what? Oh my god, that is crazy. That is so crazy. Crazy! What the hell? Oh, wait, this is just torture. Oh, I guess he. Alright, this is how he slept. I was literally saying, how does he sleep? Oh my god, that is insane. Yeah, because he's nice. Good god. Hmm. He wants to be the top 10. Oh my god. Well, yeah. Hmm. What the. What? Oh my god, this freaking guy. Oh no, his trust value is going to go down. Because everyone knows Moon is dead. Oh no, this is bad. He won't have. And he won't have the power to go and save her. Oh. No, 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 this is bad. Okay, but I guess, like, now that this has come, I'm 100% sure his trust value is going to go down and he's going to get weaker, but he's still going to go and save her. And I guess maybe that is going to make people believe in him again and boost his trust ranking. Hmm. Okay, that was today's episode. Right. So today we had nice and the whole situation with Mr. Stand, and we get to know how this whole trust system is just sometimes it can work in such ways that you are just miserable in your life. Like look at Mr. Stan. Like I didn't even clock it up until the end, but like everything in his life is must be so horrible. Like imagine people's perception of him being like, oh, he's Mr. Stan, he stands firm, and literally it was like like what can I say? And here's another thing. This whole trust system takes thing a bit too literally, right? Like, come on, like being like like firm and standing strong. That is taken a bit too literally. He can literally not bend. Like, what is that? It's crazy. This whole how this whole trust system works because like being strong and being like firm could be something that can be taken in a more symbolic way, and yeah, but the trust system is just like that. Like for example, nice, people have the perception of nice being very particular, very like prim proper, so his like OCD is getting more and more like as his ranking, as his more trust value is increasing, people's perception of him is just getting cemented into being like, oh, he's amazing, he's flawless, he is very like prim and proper and everything, and that's how his whole personality is changing. Same with Mr. Stand as well. He is just like he like his whole like boost into stardom was basically that incident where he stood firm, and the building was breaking and he saved that girl. So everyone saw that on camera and everyone was like, oh my god, this guy is amazing, he stands firm, he never lets like he never bends down. And that literally became what he is. He literally couldn't bend down, like crazy. He just like, can you imagine like your bed being struck like this just vertically and you're sleeping like that? You cannot go to the toilet properly. What? Absolutely insane. And and that is the problem with this hero system, you know because just because how this system has a lot of the things like what people think about, like that their wish, their trust can become a whole source of power for heroes, which is definitely very very helpful so many times. Like literally in today's episode you could see like Nice was able to save them because people trusted him, his trust value went up. Otherwise it would have been difficult back then. Similarly, it has such a downside to it where you're literally like how people see you is literally what you are. Like, can you just imagine? Like, it's like your it's like your parents are thinking about what you should do with your life and not letting you do what you want to. That is literally the situation. Like like Moon's situation. Like just think about it. She was just happy being like a vlogger, like a streamer, and like, and that's why people like trusted her, and then this power was born. And then suddenly her contact with Moon, sorry, Nice, Moon's contact with Nice made her in put her in the spotlight, and people started shipping her and doing all these things, and her power and everything literally is just centered around Nice from that point onwards, which she didn't want. She just wanted to be free. So it's like how people dictate you to be, you're literally that, how people think of you, like as if your parents are picking what to do with your life and you cannot say that, no, I don't want to do this, I want to do something else. It's literally that. And like crazy. And that is why the wolf girl, she she's the same kid that Mr. Stan saved, and she was the one who realized the problem of this whole thing. Like everyone is looking at him as someone on the screen in like a like an enigmatic being, while he's actually not. He's just a normal person who is a hero, and he must have feelings, normal thoughts, and like what he wants, what he doesn't want as well. She was the only one who was able to understand that. and that is why she always tried to like paint a picture where Mr. Stand was like, vulnerable, and people didn't like that. People were like, ha, what, you crazy. This is Mr. Stand. In no way. Mr. Stand is standing firm all the time. He's not going to cry. He's not going to bend down. Like, he's just standing there or forever. Like, that kind of perception of everyone. And she was like, no, I was there. I saw him. He's just like a normal person. He was struggling to save me, but that's what makes him human. That's what makes him a hero. The fact that he had nothing, but he still saved me. Like literally, you if you are born with superpowers or whatever, like, yeah, if you save people, that's all well and good. But I would say the value of you increases when you don't have any superpowers. Still, you go to save someone when you know that your own life might be at jeopardy. That is what makes a true hero. Like, if you are like some crazy strong person, like, like some crazy hero with some crazy superpower, yeah, you can save anyone. Like, but that's not the point. The point is when you're nothing, still trying to do something that, that's what makes you a hero. And that is what Mr. Stand was. And obviously nobody realized that, because yeah, so that's why the wolf girl, she wanted to show everyone. That's why she painted all these like pictures and everything, trying to show people like, oh, this is what Mr. Stand is. Like, she wasn't trying to demean him or anything. People just took it that way, because in those books they were probably showing Mr. Stand as just like, kind of being vulnerable and everything, as we saw, as when I saw the book, we saw what was there in the book. And she just wanted to show that to people, so that people's perception of him changes and he can at least be a little bit more vulnerable. And everyone was like, oh no, she's a villain, this and that, you know right. And yeah, in the end she succeeded, you could say. And Nice also got what he wanted. He wanted to get to the top 10 position. And this is what I was saying. I feel like if this was some other hero, I probably would have felt bad. I would have been like, oh, like, that sucks. You're then the top 10 spot, and Nice was just took the spotlight from you. But he is thankful that happened. I doubt he ever wanted to be top 10. I doubt that. He just wants to save people and help people out. And that came at such a cost, where he literally cannot bend or like do anything properly. So I'm glad that it was him that we took the position from, because he genuinely wanted to get out of there. He was like, "Good God, I can sleep properly now." Like, yeah, like I can bend, I can pick stuff up now. Like, yeah. So there you go. But obviously, in the end, we see what happens. Like, now the nicest situation is kind of in danger. People, like, that Mr. I, or whatever the hell his name is now, he has captured a Moon, and now he's exposing Nice and being like, oh, look at this. Now I think this is how this is going to go. Obviously, this is going to make Nice's trust ranking go down, and he will probably lose most of his power, but he's still going to go there and save Moon. And maybe that is going to help people regain back trust in him and see him in a new light, you know. And yeah, and you know what? I feel like, in a way, if you think about it, this is actually going to work in his advantage later on, because you see how Nice is talking about how his OCD is getting worse and worse. Now that people know that, oh, he's been faking this, him being this prim proper hero, this is going to get shattered completely. So I feel like at the end of this whole, Nice's story, he people will definitely, look at him as a hero. I'm sure, like, somehow he's going to bounce back again. But the new way people will look at him will probably be a lot more like him, like how he is, his raw self. People will love him for who he is, not being this like persona of like, oh, I'm elegant, I'm amazing, like I do everything, properly. Not like that, not this fake persona that he is in front of everyone. Now that this fake persona is breaking down, whatever new is going to come up out of this, or whatever new trust people gain in him, which I'm sure he will, because I'm 100% sure he's in the top 10, because We literally see him in the opening and everything, so he must be in the top 10. So how is he in the top 10? You know, his this persona, this version of him will break down, and then I'm guessing that something new will pop up where people will understand him or look at him as how he is, his raw, unfiltered self, and that will make him a true hero who could be true to himself. Like, hopefully, because that's the thing, like, just imagine it like this. Imagine you're a hero. Like I said, Mr. Firm was obviously just standing all the time, but that was people's perception of him made him like that. But what if people knew him as his vulnerable self? People's perception and trust of him would mold in that way, and that is how it was going to grow. And he probably would have a better time being a hero if people didn't have that weird, like, unrealistic perspective of him of being just standing there forever, like just firm. Because people look at him like that, he had such a miserable life after being a hero. So, but what if people knew his true self, and that's how people started to respect him and trust him? I feel like he would be able to be true to himself, and that's what people need, and that's what this world needs, to look at the heroes and understand them as they are, so that they can be their true selves. You know, like, and not this fake understanding of how a person is. No, not like that. You need to get more personal and understand that person, understand their motivations, their like, what all, not this fake, like, like PR crap that all these companies are just putting on the screen and making, like a fake persona of them on the screen. Not like that. you know like, yeah, basically. So there you go. And I feel like, like majority of the fault, I would say, lies in these companies. Like, just look at them. Like, like they're like, these heroes are like affiliated with companies, and these companies are like painting, like they're acting like they're kind of making them into like idols or something on the screen, like making like a fake persona of them, putting them, slapping them on the screen and being like, oh, look at this person. Well, that person is definitely not that as a actual human being, but he has to just keep pretending. And the more and more he pretends, the more and more, like, this stuff like this happens. So the companies are at fault, I feel like, like, just like, from for making a business and everything, that they're just doing this. Good god. But yeah, like, anyways, we'll see. But at the same time, you know what, I just, I shouldn't really say like everything is bad, like, they're just I shouldn't, like, paint it as if like, oh, the companies are evil. You could also say like the companies being there also gives them an advantage, because it's like, the heroes, they're like, their vision and everything related to them can go far and wide. Like, the companies are helping spreading the word, which is helping in turn increase the trust value and increasing the hero's strength. So that is like the positive part of it. But the negative part is also there, which is just like these companies are just trying to paint these people as like unrealistic, like, like some, like, expectations, like, like, oh, Mr. Firm is always standing, like, what, like, these unrealistic way of just portraying these heroes are just, not okay. And it's like hurts more of the, like, most of the time than it should. But you know what, I do wonder if they're going to do this later on. I do wonder if there'll be a hero who, I guess Nice literally was that, right? Like, what was his name? His actual name, I forgot his actual name. The guy's actual name. What was his name? Yin. Oh god, I forgot. Anyways, but I guess that's literally what, like, like, because Nice already had an established personality and trust. Like, he was able to become nice so easily. That's, again, that is like the positive part of it, but it also has its negative part. It's a mixed bag, basically. Yeah, you have something good, you get something bad. But yeah, today's episode highlighted the bad part of this whole hero trust system. Okay, right. And yeah, that was today's episode. That was a beautiful episode. I really loved this episode. It was, I don't know, it was just so simple and so powerful still, that, like, the girl was like, this is not Mr. Stan. Mr. Stan is not like this. Like, you guys are just it's just seeing him as like some kind of an like a what can you say, like you guys are not treating him as a human, as if he's like some kind of a character in a in a video game or an anime, like just like he is an actual human with actual feelings and actual, yeah, like this unrealistic perceptions of him made him this miserable. And the girl showed everyone that this is what it is, like, so yeah, it was. I really wasn't expecting like the wolf girl to be actually be that girl. That part really surprised me. I wasn't expecting that. You know, I should have, because the whole red thing, the focus on the red color was kind of, yeah. But I did see, like, when I did kind of realize this when she was trying to put the scarf on him, when she couldn't, she felt a little bit, you can see she feels her face kind of scrunches up when she realizes that he cannot bend properly, and that was probably when she realized at that young age that, oh, this is not the Mr. Stan that I know, you know like, yeah. And little by little, like more and more she grew up, more and more seeing how people look at Mr. Stan, she realized the fault of how faulty this whole system is, how people are just misunderstanding him, and that misunderstanding is causing him like agony. So yeah, there you go. But yeah, that was a really good episode, I would say. It was so beautiful, and very simple, very beautiful. um right. I do wonder, like, we're literally like, this is the third episode with X, not X, sorry, Nice. So episode 4 will probably be with Nice as well, obviously, because Moon has been captured and all that. So next episode will also be Nice. Like, we're having like 4 episodes of Nice, so even if we switch to another character in the fifth episode, I do wonder like what they're planning. Like, they cannot really give each and every like hero like 4 episodes, the anime has 24 episodes. I doubt they'll be able to do that. Will they like break this up into 2 seasons or something? Maybe like after 24 episodes we'll get another season, or will the other heroes have like limited amount of, like, like how Nice had 4 episodes, or maybe 5. I don't know how many episodes he'll have. Some other hero, will that hero have the same amount of exposure and, like, screen time, or will it get little by little, like, smaller? I do wonder. you know yeah, I guess it'll depend, like, different heroes might have different amounts of screen time. Yeah, but my question is, in these 24 episodes, are they actually planning on showing all the 10 heroes? The 10 heroes, right? The top 10, yeah. If that's their plan, then I wonder how they're going to do it, because I actually want them to take, like, they're really taking their time, and it's making this so amazing. Like the amount of character development Nines has gotten in these 3 episodes is phenomenal, and I do hope they're able to keep this for all the other heroes as well. But that's what I'm saying. Like, will they be able to do it? Let's wait and see, because I wouldn't mind even if they like take these 24 episodes to portray, let's say, 5 heroes. I wouldn't mind. I don't want them to complete all the 10 heroes in this 24 episodes. They can take their time and maybe make another season later on. So yeah, that's what I want. uh, so let's see. I do hope, for now at least, this is amazing. Like, this is really, really amazing. Like, the amount of character development that this one character got in these 3 episodes were phenomenal. And on top of that, we see like some other heroes as well here and there. For example, we saw Rek in the previous episode. We got to know more about Moon. We got to know more about Stand today. And yeah, so, like, like, obviously Nice is getting more character development as episodes are going, but besides him there are other characters as well who are equally growing along with him, which is making this really, really engaging, you could say. So I hope they do the same with all the other heroes, even if it takes more than 24 episodes. You know, like, I hope we get similar treatment with all the heroes, the way they're doing Nice. I hope they do all the other heroes as well. So let's wait and see. All right, and that was my overall impressions on today's episode. Now, let me talk about this episode scene by scene. I think I discussed most of the stuff, but let me just see if I missed anything. Okay, the first section was the whole time bomb section where, the wolf girl planned that to, destroy the whole place and try to make, what's his name? Mr. Stand, like, make other people understand Mr. Stand as how he is, not this fake persona of, like, which is causing him pain ultimately. So that's why all those like explosives were there. Now immediately after that we get to see Nice and Miss J. Miss J is telling him that, oh, like, you want to be top 10, so, like, you have to surpass Mr. Stand. Now after that we get to see, oh, and she also says, like, and to do that you have to, like, use the wolf girl as a stepping stone, basically defeat him, because he's been trying to defeat the wolf girl for so long, but he hasn't been able to. So if you defeat her, yeah, you're set. Your trust value is going to go up. And this is where we get to see that little flashback of, Mr. Stand. When he was just a firefighter, he saved this girl, and because of his heroic, like, deed, and when, like, his whole thing came into, like, on the camera, people trusted him so much, and, like, and it boosted his trust value so much that he became this Mr. Stand. And people, like, introduction of him was this person standing firm with the building on top of him, so people's whole perception and the way of looking at him was like that. So he literally became that. He couldn't bend. Sorry about that. He couldn't bend. Like, good God. And the way more and more times passed, the more and more people started seeing him like that, and he became like that, literally unable to bend. You know, but yeah, that was his start as a hero. That's how he became popular. And, like, it's crazy. Like, this is, like, like, literally, I think I mentioned this in the previous episode, one of the previous episodes as well. This is literally like YouTubers are people gaining popularity in current, like, in the current world, 21st century. Like, like nowadays you see, like, suddenly one day some person is, like, all over the internet in memes and everything, and people are like, who the hell is this person? That person did something random and it became a whole ass meme, and now this person is, like, the most popular person in the world. Like, it just happens like that. So I'm just thinking, if such a system was there in this world, can you even imagine all these random people just gaining trust value immediately and becoming a hero? Like, like, let me think about, like, a popular meme. Like, what's a popular meme? Is there any current popular meme ongoing? Um, let's just think about, like, if you remember, I don't know when exactly it was, but there was a cat who just suddenly, like, gained popularity. I think the cat's name was Smudge or something like that. The cat with the broccoli or whatever. The two girls pointing their finger at the cat, and the cat was, like, just there with making a weird face. I think the cat's name was Smudge or something like that. Like, there was a time when that cat became so damn popular. Can you imagine, like the cat becoming a hero suddenly? But I guess that's different. Like, trust is, yeah, that's a bit different than trust. Still, it's something like that. I'm saying, like, can you just imagine, like, a normal ordinary person going out about on their life, does something, like, something unique, and suddenly next day he's, like, at the top of the, like, trending page, and he realizes, wait a minute, I have this superpower. Like, what the hell? I was just hanging out with my friends yesterday, and I just said something weird with my friends, which, like, my friends took a photo, like a video of, and posted on social media, and suddenly today I have superpowers. Like, what is this? Like, can you imagine that? That is insane. Like, oh my God. Like, I know, obviously you need to have trust in the people. Like, it's not just like dumb humor can become popular, but, like, same stuff like that. Like, if someone suddenly gains, like, an unimaginable amount of trust, they can literally become a superhero. Now, this brings in another question. you these type of things, I'm pretty sure you can literally fake it. Like, you can literally fake yourself doing something good, and people, like, won't realize that's a fake, and they'll probably trust you. And in those type of scenarios, can you even imagine someone who is actually, like, not good from the bottom of their heart, and they're just trying to exploit this system? They like make a fake video, and people's trust in him increases, and he becomes this fake hero, like literally by faking his whole way up. Like, that can also happen. Like, there's so many, like, things you can think about. But anyways, I went on a tangent here. But yeah, so the main thing is we have to go and get Mr. Stan's position. And it turns out at that point there was this one villain, like Shadow or something was the name. Like, he was like trying to run away or something. And Stan was like in a like fast food shop. He was like, oh, I'm just going to grab some coffee, or something, like, yeah. And he comes out and he's like, oh, which hero needs help? And he was just standing there in the middle of the road. And Shadow comes and just bumps into him and just gets splattered because he's Mr. Stan. He cannot move. And it's like just hitting yourself at full speed in a rock. Like, literally, you destroy yourself. Crazy. And yeah, just uh, his popularity became even crazier. Then his popularity increased even more when he became a fulcrum. Can you imagine a fulcrum to the whole, like, thing, the whole chunk of rock? And that chunk of rock was made into this statue, which became this symbol, like, this symbol of the hero society. It's kind of reminding me of My Hero Academia with the whole All Might statue. But here, instead of All Might, it is his statue, because he is this Mr. Stan, this firm, strong person who will never bend. And he's like the perfect person to make a strong stone statue of. And you know what? I feel like this even heightened his whole problem of not being able to bend, because now whenever people look at him, they think about the stone statue, and people's perception of him, like, gets melded like that. Like, like, people associate him more with the stone statue, and because people associate him with stone statue, he literally became stone. He couldn't move, he couldn't bend, he couldn't lie down, like, literally. So all in all, like, in the end, you can see he becomes this cornerstone, the foundation of everything. And the little girl who he saved came to wrap around the scarf, and he couldn't bend properly. You can see the girl was kind of, sad looking at that, but obviously nothing she can do about it. Right. So that was that end of the flashback. Currently, Nice is at number 15, so he will have to jump up the rankings. And yeah, next we get to see Miss J brings Nice to this tunnel thing, which is like the entrance to the Wolf Girl's lair. So the problem with this tunnel is basically Mr. Stan cannot go in because he's firm. He cannot bend. And you know what? I feel like that's exactly why the Wolf Girl made the tunnel. Because if you think about it, the Wolf Girl's main goal was for him to bend down and properly be vulnerable. So if somehow with some miracle, like, Mr. Stan is able to squeeze in and get into the lair, her job is done, right? Her job is done, because that's what she wanted. So she literally made his entrance in such a way that it will make Mr. Stan bend down and, kneel for him to be able to get in. And if he's able to get in, that means what she wanted has already been accomplished, somehow. Like, and I'm pretty sure she didn't really, like, it wasn't that as if she wanted to be the one to change him. It could be anyone could have changed him and his perception, and I'm pretty sure she would be happy with that. And that's why she made the tunnel like that, so that to get in, you'll have to bend down. And if he's able to bend down, then her job is done. Like, it's accomplished. I feel like if somehow, with some miracle, before the Wolf Girl did anything, if people's perception of Mr. Stan changed, and he was able to bend down, and he then bent down, get into the tunnel, and confronted the Wolf Girl, the Wolf Girl probably would have immediately taken out her mask and showed her face and be like, you know what, I don't have to do anything anymore. These all these bombs and everything, I can, like throw them away because my job is done. You are here. The fact that you're here means that you are able to bend down. Your perception of other people's perception of you has changed. My job is done. I don't need to do anything. I feel like something like that would have happened. you know so anyways, so yeah, after that, Nice goes in and encounters. Oh, this is also where we get to know what the wolf girl is actually doing. She's trying to, obviously at that time they were saying it as like this. They were saying that the wolf girl is trying to, like, make these like pictures and everything, painting the perception, like, like the way people look at Mr. Stand in a bad way. And they didn't really show it properly back then, but now we know what she was doing. She was literally showing like vulnerable moments of Mr. Stand, and people were like, oh, this is not Mr. Stand. They're trying to defame him, they're trying to tarnish his image, while that was not what she was doing. She was trying to just show his true self and make him not this like character in a screen, but an actual raw human being, trying to show everyone that he's a raw human being, like with actual emotions. And like, yeah, so there you go. So anyways, so Nice goes in and encounters this other hero who got stuck. He helped him, and that hero tried to pull a fast one on him, and he just defeated him immediately. Good god. Now while all of this is happening, Mr. Stand is outside, um like talking to these children who has come to, you know like like a school like activity or something, and he's telling them good stuff, like about telling them about courage and all that stuff. Right, anyways, then after that, the Nice goes in, finds the wolf's lair, and takes the picture book and reads it, and then he realizes that, wait a minute, I think I understand what's happening. But it was a bit too late. Before, like, at that time the bombs like started triggering and it exploded. The whole place fell apart. All the heroes are trying to save everyone, while we have Mr. Standing and saving the girl from the statue, the little girl. And this is where the wolf girl comes in, grabs the girl as a hostage, and she's like, throw down the statue, save this girl, because that's what she wants. She wants people's vision of him to change, to not being these like unmovable wall. As soon as he drops the thing, people's perception of him will change, and that's what she wants. That's why she was doing this. But obviously, like, Mr. Stan didn't know what that was. Like, he thought that she was genuinely trying to hurt the hostage or something. But anyways, Nice comes in, and then Nice shows everything and tells the story of what is going on here. And he's like, you recognize the girl, Mr. Stan? It's the same girl who made you the muffler and that scarf. And she is just trying to help you out in this way. And this is where we get to see her original plan, what she was trying to do. She was painting all these pictures to make people understand that he's an actual, like, flesh human being. He can also break down and kneel, like, yeah, and trying to help him out like that. um and yeah, because she knows him personally. That's why she knew him before he was a hero. And like, all the other people are just seeing him as his hero self, but she knows what he is. And they kind of show that little flashback after that, where she was there, and Mr. Stan was helping her out before he had, but when he was just a firefighter. And then that scene where the girl gives the, like, the scarf to him, and like, all these things little by little. Then she's like painting pictures of Mr. Stan, and everyone made fun of her, and they were like, oh, look at this girl. She tells everyone that she was helped by Mr. Stan, and now she's literally trying to tarnish his image. Look at him, look at her, painting a picture of him kneeling down. What an idiot, haha. Like, like, basically this. But she's like, no, this is how he is. Like, he's just a, yeah. But anyways, people bullied her and everything, and then she realized the problem with this society, like, that, like, people will keep tormenting him like this, posting, like, like, with this plastered fake image that he has, that's going to bring him more pain than he should. So she decided to take things in her hands, and became this wolf girl, and like, did all of these things. And yeah, and now she takes off her masks, and she's like, yeah. Anyways, after that, he falls down. He kneels down, and the statue falls on top of him. But Nice and the wolf girl goes and tries to help him out. Nice grabs the pillar, and Miss J realized that Nice doesn't have enough power, so she's like, "All right, live stream time." And that actually helped because obviously now everyone was looking at, like, their videos, and they were seeing Nice trying to save the world, save the situation, and everyone was like, probably they were like, oh, like, like started supporting Nice, and that trust value started increasing. And yeah, Nice was boosted, his trust value boosted to number 10, and he was able to surpass Mr. Stan and save the day. Okay, so then after that, Nice goes and talk to Mr. Stan personally, and like I said, I feel like I would feel bad if this was someone else, but Mr. Stan really wanted to get out of this 10th position, and he just wanted to have his own life, like Moon, just like Moon. So he comes and talks to Mr. Stan, and he gets to see how Mr. Stan lived. Literally couldn't bend and do anything. You know, he couldn't properly, like go to the toilet. He couldn't sleep. He couldn't work out. Nothing. Just absolute pain. Can you imagine just the bed just sprung there and just sleeping like this, like I don't know, like some kind of a zombie. Like, good God. Ah. Anyways, yeah. After that, he's like, okay. So this is when Nice also tries to tell him about his problem. He's like, like, I'm actually becoming more and more particular about stuff. My OCD is kicking, like in full throttle. And he in the end he was like, oh, I'm actually not nice. And he's like, whatever you are, you know, do your best. Yeah. Okay. And then after that, like, literally we get to see Moon, and then Mr. I, or whatever. Mr. I, he has brought in Moon, and he's like, oh, look at this, everyone, she faked her death. The image of Nice that you guys have, is fake. And yeah, and now this is trouble, obviously, because this is going to make people trust him and pummeled down, and he probably won't have much power, and he'll probably have to go and save Moon in that situation. And again, I feel like at the ultimately, like, if people see him powerless going to save Moon, that's going to bring a new, fresh, like a fresh, like a, what's that word, um like a torrent, a fresh torrent of trust will rush in, and is going to boost his power again. I don't know, I feel like that's how this is going to go. But like I said, I think this is going to ultimately help Nice, because currently the image that everyone has of Nice is of Nice's image, right? That's not him. So if this Nice's image breaks down and shatters and gets destroyed completely, and if he's able to gain new trust from people, that trust will be for him, and he could be his true self. He will not have to keep acting as this Nice. So ultimately, I think it'll be advantageous to him. It'll work perfectly for him. But let's wait and see what happens next episode. Anyways, that was episode number 3 of To Be Hero X. Amazing episode. So yeah, if you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to press the like button. Subscribe if you're new to the channel or you haven't subscribed. Comment down below anything you want to say, anything you want to let me know. I'll check them out. And that is it, guys. Thank you for watching. I'll see you guys next week with another episode of To Be Hero X. Until then, goodbye and have a nice day.